What's the funniest way someone screwed themselves over? My sister-in-law tried telling everyone that I was making fun of her miscarriage, but it backfired in the best way possible. I have a 5-year-old son that I absolutely adore, but that has turned my sister-in-law into an enemy. She has been struggling with conceiving, and when she finally did, she lost the baby after 3 months. I sent her my best wishes and hoped she could get past that and recover. This is when I started noticing how she was acting around me and my baby. She was constantly criticizing my parenting and trying to raise questions about my methods. Last Saturday we had a barbecue and invited her over. Halfway through, my son wanted to swim, so I put sunscreen on his skin. My sister-in-law told me that the sunscreen was unnecessary since my baby is black and probably doesn't need it. I took that as a joke and replied, "Skin cancer doesn't discriminate." Unfortunately, her comments just kept getting worse. She told me to stop cutting his grapes since a 5-year-old kid should be able to chew them properly. She said I was babying him and told me to stop immediately, but I ignored her. She stopped him from drinking orange juice, tried to take half of all his chicken pieces, and took his cake away from him because that would give him cavities. I make sure he brushes and flosses his teeth regularly, so there's no harm in eating a little cake, but she just didn't listen. At this point I was starting to get fed up, and that's when I overheard her talking about me on the phone. She was commenting on how I was a bad mom, and emphasized on how she would be a way better mom for my kid. I immediately went up to her and said, "You're not his mom, so stop telling me how to parent. He's loved, cared for, and all his needs are met. If you don't like that I put sunscreen on my kid, no need to come to our house anymore." She looked at me like I had just burnt her house down or something. My mood had dropped considerably, so I just sent everyone home after I said that. That night, mother-in-law called me and told me that sister-in-law had been crying nonstop for an hour. Apparently, after she went home she gathered everyone around and told them how I was very insensitive towards her loss. She claimed I told her she would never be a mom and mocked her miscarriage. I think she expected support and for people to turn against me, but the opposite happened. A few people, including my mother-in-law, laughed at her claims while others looked away awkwardly. No one actually believed I would say that, and they all mentioned how supportive I was when her miscarriage took place. They also knew me as a kind woman who was nice to everyone, so her plan fell apart since she didn't have any proof. She just yelled at them, called them jerks, and went to her room while crying her eyes out. Just to be sure, I pulled the camera footage from our backyard and sent it to our family group chat, showing them exactly what it was that I said to her. Sister-in-law lost her mind after that, and sent me a bunch of texts. Some of these included slurs, and my favorite one was "You're black, so you're just an outsider who shouldn't be here and needs to stop interfering with my life." I'm waiting for the perfect moment to show everyone her text.